Hey, hello, Irina. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I'm hearing
Yeah,
you. Yes.
excellent. I hear you. I hear you. It's a stative verb here, and so you can't say I am hearing you, just like you can't say I am seeing you. You have to say I hear you, I see you, even though I agree you are in the middle of the action. I agree that logically it should be continuous, but just because here is a stative verb, that means that you can't use it in continuous tenses. Do you understand?
Uh, so, okay, I
Yeah.
understand.
I just mean with some verbs.
I
You
see.
I think you know that you can't say I am understanding you. Yeah, you know this. You can't say I am knowing that. I am understanding that. You can't because understand and know and hear and see, they're all stative verbs when you mean hear or see. There are nuances to that question as well, being honest. But yeah, so you don't say I'm hearing you, you say I hear you or I can hear you. We often use a can. I can hear you. Yeah, let me
I
get rid
got
of
you.
that
Yeah.
box. So yeah, tell us where you're from, Irina, and why you're learning English.
I'm from Ukraine, but
Uh-huh.
10 years I live in Poland
So
because
10 years,
I have lived.
yeah, I have lived or I've been living. You can use I've lived or I've been living with live and work and feel. With those three verbs, you can use one or the other. But with other verbs, when you say how long, and they're dynamic. You say, I have been waiting for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have been studying English for 10 years. I've been living in Poland for 10 years.
Okay. I was married and stay in Poland.
I am married or I was married.
I uh,
I was married means you're not married now.
okay. I have been married.
Yeah, I've been married for 10 years. If you say how long you say I've been married, but if you just mean I am married, then you must use am. As soon as you use was, English people understand that you're divorced. If you say I was married, that means I'm divorced. Yeah? You're not
No,
divorced, no? Okay. Okay, yeah.
no.
So I am married.
I am married.
Good.
Yes, for 10 years already.
Okay, so I've been married for 14 years because yeah, I've been married for 14 years.
For 10 years.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I have 5 kids.
Good.
Uh,
Good
the latest
work.
one, the latest one is only 5 months.
Wow.
5 months
Yeah, so the
old.
youngest one is only 5 months old, boy or girl?
But a girl, go.
A girl, a girl. Okay, yeah, five children. Wow, well done. Very good. Excellent. Um,
Yes.
okay, and what do you do? Are you a housewife? Are you looking after the children, bringing up the children?
Yes, I am a mother leave. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a mother. I'm a housewife. Sometimes we say housewife, but I'm a mother is great. I'm a mother. I'm bringing up the children.
Okay, I'm not working because I'm in mother leave.
Yeah, I'm a mother. I'm a mother.
Yes, and but I was studying. Uh, I finished maths and informatics
And IT, we
study.
usually say IT, yeah, IT.
Yes.
Let me find the conversation, sorry, the chat. So I've studied maths and IT. It means information technology. Sometimes we say computer science. Sometimes I'm not sure what the difference is, being honest, but computer science or information technology.
Mhm.
So
Uh, Informatics, just
yeah, I wouldn't say informatics. I don't recognize that as an English word, informatics. Maybe it is, but I don't recognize it as a subject at school. I usually say IT or computer science.
and I was working like graphic designer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yeah, excellent.
So yes, but for a long time I'm not able to walk at all
Yeah,
to
for a
reach
long
her.
time. Because you say for, I really recommend present perfect when you say for, yeah. For a long time, I haven't been able to work. Yeah, I've not been able to work. Of course, you need to look after the kids when they're 5 months old. Yeah, you need to look after your babies, and of course, yeah, you're not able to work in that. Well, you haven't been able to work for a long time. Okay,
Okay.
very good. Shall we try one of the pictures? Do you know the pictures that we use in these classes? I think you do, yeah.
No, it's first time I am
Okay.
here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. What I'll do is I'll share the booklet we usually use. I mean, unless you sometimes students prefer to tell me a story that they've read recently or a
Mhm,
film that they've seen.
mhm.
Would you prefer that or do you prefer pictures?
I can tell about story. I can tell story.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It is
Please.
prepared,
Please.
but I'm not sure. I just wanted to tell a story about. It's a very famous story of Brother Grimm, or
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, Brothers Grimm. I remember reading the Brothers Grimm when I was very
about
little.
old Sultan.
The
It's
Old Sultan.
not
Okay.
just old Sultan. It's not
Uh-huh.
just fairy tales I was seeing with my kids on YouTube.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. You were watching on YouTube.
Yes, and a story about old dog
Uh-huh.
who was very old and wasn't able to be useful
Uh-huh.
for its master, and they decided to get rid of him. And he was so desperate and asked help of involve his friend
He asked for the help of who?
Wolf.
Vov. Vov, his friend. Okay.
Yes, and Wolf give him advice to he will give up, no, give up from his master baby when they will made ready. Hey, and he
He will give the master's baby to the wolf. Yeah, wolf.
yes,
Uh-huh.
Wolf give from master, and then he gave it to dog, and dog returned it to his master.
The wolf gave the dog a baby.
Yes,
Yeah, the wolf gave the dog a baby. Where was
yes,
the baby from?
from his master of the dog.
Oh, the dog's master. Yeah. Why did
Yes,
the wolf have the dog's master's baby?
because the master will was very thankful for dog that he is useful and wanted to be grateful for him
So that the dog's
and to help
useless.
him
Yeah, or useful.
continue live with them. Oh,
Okay.
okay. And in return, Wolf wanted to one of the sheep of his master,
Okay.
but the dog didn't want to love him.
The dog
He
didn't want to allow him,
allow him, yes,
let
to
him. Yeah. The dog didn't want to let him take the sheep.
sheep.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and Wolf wanted affair with a dog, make affair with a dog, and he asked Boar for help.
He didn't want to have an affair with the dog. Have an affair means to be married and to sleep with someone
No, no,
else.
no,
No, no, no,
no.
not that. So
He
he didn't want
was
anything to
angry.
do. I think you mean he didn't want anything to do with the dog. Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't.
when he was angry, and he wanted to reveal with him, just um, to do bad for him, or just I don't know, beat him or something.
Okay, he wanted to do
Okay.
bad to the dog. Yeah, the
Yes,
wolf was angry. He wanted to
he
get
was
revenge. Yeah, you could say get revenge.
yes, gave him revenge,
Get revenge.
and he asked Bor for help,
He
and Dog
asked who? Sorry, he asked who?
Bor,
A boar, a boar.
Bor.
You must put an A before it, otherwise I think it's a name when you don't put an A before it. So he asked a boar for help.
Okay,
Yeah, a
a
boar.
Bor for
Just like
help.
a wolf, a boar, a dog, a cat.
Yes, and Dog asked a cat for help, and that cat was very old. And when they was near the forest,
They were
forest,
near the forest. They were near
near
the
the
forest.
forest. Yes, Boar saw the cat and saw his pain tail, and he thought that it's
Sorry?
sober,
Sober.
sober,
Sober.
sober.
Sober means not drunk. Yeah, well, not high, but sober.
Sober, it's a gun, something like samurai or something like this.
Like a sword.
Sober,
Saber. Saber. Yeah, a
saber.
saber is a sword. A saber. A saber.
Yes, and Boar was afraid.
The boar, not boar.
The boar, the boar
The
was
boar
afraid, and
was
he
afraid.
jumped up underbrush, under
Jumped into the underbrush. He jumped
brush,
into the underbrush.
and wolf jump up the tree,
Jumped up a tree, climbed up a tree.
on a tree. Yes, and then the dog and cat was at the place.
The dog and cat were,
Where the place the cat saw um, boar's ear.
saw the boar's ear. The boar's
Yeah,
ear. Yeah, he saw
yeah,
the
and
boar's ear.
he thought that it's a mouse,
Uh-huh.
and maybe bite it, and
Yeah,
bit, yeah, bit,
bit the ear,
yes, and the boar was screaming loudly and go away.
and went away,
Yes, went away, and then they also saw a wolf on the tree, and wolf was ashamed, and they made peace with the dog.
Good, yeah, and they made peace with the dog.
Yes, and in my childhood, there was
In my
very childhood.
childhood.
Yes, it was
Child.
very popular fairy tale about so similar to that fairy tale, but it was Circo. Uh,
The circle.
Circo, it's his name of the dog
Uh-huh.
in the Ukrainian tradition. It was similar to this fairy
Uh-huh.
tale, but the finish is something another.
The end is different.
And it's different, yes. Um, it was in the Soviet Union. That's why it was translated into Russian language. And this is the end is when dog wanted to pay away for the wolf. He
Sorry,
asked
when the
him
dog wanted
to pay him for his kindness,
to pay him for his kindness.
and he asked him to a wedding.
Uh-huh. He
To a
invited him
wedding,
to a wedding, yeah,
invited into a wedding, and give him many foods
and gave him
under
a lot of food. Gave him a
the
lot of food.
food. Yes, under the table when the wedding was, and Wolf was very full and drunk and wanted to sing. And then he started to sing. Everyone was getting away from the house, and
Everybody
Wolf,
was walking away. Yeah, they didn't like the
yes,
singing.
walking away without not no one noticed him even. So it was very funny end of the story in our tradition, because it's
Good.
based on our national fairy tale.
Absolutely. Fairy tales are very often very similar from country to country, but with little differences.
Yes, but similar.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, fantastic. Do you have any other stories you want to tell us? Any other
Oh,
fairy tales?
I'm not prepared. Maybe picture will be better.
Maybe pictures. For 2 minutes, then we'll do a few pictures. Yeah, just for a couple of minutes. 1 second. I will put them up, and you can do the first one that we find on here. But hold on a second. I will put them up. It's just coming. I should have put them up before, but there was something wrong with my website today. It wasn't letting me on for some reason. Right, hold on a second, and I will put it up. Okay, share screen. And can you see this? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Well, try the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
What can you see in the first picture?
Maybe it's Professor.
Okay.
He's sweat.
He is sweating. He's sweating.
Sweating. Yes, and he's regretting.
He's regretting.
Maybe.
Regretting
He's
what?
upset. I
He's
don't know.
regretting having babies. It's a big thing to regret. But yeah, maybe he is regretting having children. Okay, maybe he is regretting getting his wife pregnant. Yeah, he is regretting getting his wife pregnant. I'll write that. Maybe. Who knows? He does look like he is nervous, certainly. Okay, what can you see in the next picture?
Oh, he's happy as the father, happy father. He
Yes,
saw
he's
his
changed his
baby.
mind. Yeah, absolutely. He can see the baby. He's really happy. Good. How do you think he looks in the third picture? What emotion would we use?
Maybe he's successful person who realized, who uh, gave his goal, who have reached his goal
He
or
who
something.
has reached his goal. Okay, yeah, maybe it's his goal. So he's proud of himself. I think we often
Yes,
say this.
he's
He's proud
proud.
of himself. Yeah, he's proud of what he's done. Excellent. Next picture.
uh, a father who saw babies. Maybe it wasn't him, but his babies.
Maybe they're not his babies. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's a scandal. Who
Because why
knows?
he's not so happy
Okay,
to
good.
have twins.
Good. Okay, yeah, maybe they look like twins. I agree. Very good. Okay. What about the next picture or the next couple of pictures?
Um, it's a boss. Maybe this man is a boss, but he is not so friendly. Not look
Yeah.
friendly.
It's the same man, same guy.
Ah, it's the same guy.
It's the same guy, and suddenly he finds out that he
Ah, okay, and he has three babies.
good. He has three babies now. How do you think he feels then in this picture?
Uh, Maybe upset.
Upset. Yeah,
Finally,
he's upset. He's upset, nervous.
nervous. Yes,
Good. What
he
happens
don't know what
next?
to do.
He doesn't know what to do. Doesn't know what to do. How he's going to cope. What does he find out in the next picture?
Oh, he has four babies, and he's screaming maybe.
Yeah, he's screaming. He's nervous. Perhaps he's a little bit anxious.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes.
How do we call it in the next picture where he looks like his head is going in circles? Do you know this word?
Mm, maybe not.
Okay, yeah, he is dizzy. He feels dizzy. It's when the blood goes to your head and you feel like your head is spinning. He feels dizzy. He feels sick. He feels nauseous. Okay, good. And now finish off the story.
And he has five kids,
Good.
and he become famous.
He becomes famous. He
Becomes
becomes
famous.
famous.
Yes.
Excellent. He's famous now. Yeah. And how does he feel at the end?
And he feel proud
Yeah,
of
he's proud of
himself.
himself. He's had five babies at one time. He's done no work, actually. I think it's the mother, yeah, who has been working hard having the five babies, but he's still very proud of himself.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Very good for that picture. Let's move on now to English for acting, because I can see you at the bottom. English, hello. But very good,
Yes.
Irina. Excellent. So let's find out why you're learning English. English? Why? And
Sorry.
what's your name?
Yeah, it's Maria. Sorry, it's my
Maria?
work account.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've recently bought your course, mistakes in grammar, etc. So I was getting ready for my either CAE or CPE,
Uh-huh.
and I realized that I haven't been doing any speaking,
Uh-huh.
like since university. I mean, I do teach English, but myself, like I don't remember when I did retelling or speaking stuff. So I think I need some practice, like you know,
Of
just to
course, yeah, it's the best practice, speaking practice, because I think it stays in your memory better than anything else. If you've said it already 10 times, you never forget it. And yeah, it's the kind of thing where there can be little mistakes sometimes there that nobody notices. There hasn't been, by the way, since
yeah.
you've started speaking, but
No,
sometimes there
I
are.
haven't started retelling. So
True. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So do you have a story you want to retell then?
Actually, I've watched I think it was like um was a number of films, but I'll just tell about the first one. It was called
I'll tell you about the first one, or I'll
yeah, I'll tell
speak
you.
about the first
Mhm.
one.
I'll speak about the first one. It's called, or it was called, The Maze Runner,
Maze
and
Runner. Uh-huh.
The Maze Runner, yeah. And it's like it starts from a guy going up in an elevator. He's shocked, he's disoriented, he doesn't know what's going on, and at some point he reaches the top, some top, and the elevator stops, and people start looking inside the elevator, like peeping in, or like checking him out, what's going on with him, and oh sorry, yeah, and he doesn't know his name, like he doesn't remember anything about himself, and they start asking him questions, and he feels so scared and frustrated that he just starts running away, like attacking them, beating them, or like trying to
Beating them
escape.
up, usually.
Yeah,
We say we're beating them up.
Mm-hmm.
Or hitting them. If you want to say like once, hitting them is good,
yeah,
or punching them.
Sticks and stones.
Good.
And yeah, just tries to escape. And they keep telling him that there is no way out because it's like we see a little valley surrounded by stone walls, and there is no way out. So it's like a locked up space.
A confined space,
confined space, yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, he kind of relaxes and accepts his fate, and they just tell him the story that everybody, like all the boys, because there are just only boys there,
Okay.
come there in this elevator. They have come in an elevator. They don't remember when it happened, etc. So they don't remember their names, but gradually, can I say gradually in this case?
Yeah, gradually, step by step.
Remember stuff, like little bits and pieces about themselves, and finally he remembers his name too. He said, "Oh, I'm Thomas," and everybody's like happy. Oh, hi. And he notices that like they have beds and little houses, like tents, and vegetable gardens.
Good. Vegetable gardens, vegetable patches,
yeah,
vegetable
patches
patch.
where they grow food, and sometimes they say that sometimes the food comes in an elevator.
Okay, so someone's looking after them.
Once in a while, yeah, kind of, yeah. Someone's like the bigger brother is watching them, and he said like, okay, I want to go out, like get out of here. How can I do this? And he notices that the walls are sometimes open up, and then they close. It happens once a day, and at night everybody tells him like no one should leave, like should go through this
Opening,
yeah, because there is a maze behind the walls and nobody knows what's there, and they're trying to find a way out, and there are 2 or 3 or 5 guys called the runners who explore this maze, and they create like a map of the maze, and they're trying to get out, and they have been trying to get out for 3 years.
Good.
But they can't.
Yeah, they haven't managed to yet. They haven't managed to yet,
to.
But they've been trying for a few years now.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, this terrible, it's terrible, I need to get out. And so during the whole kind of film, he's trying to get out. He's doing things that nobody else has done.
Has done
things that nobody else has done before him.
Good.
And he's being beaten up because of that. And everybody hates him for that because he's an innovator. He tries to do something different.
They don't like him trying new ideas, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the end, they, like a little group of boys, manages to get out. Look, like at some point there is a girl, the only girl in the group, who comes in an elevator, and it turns out that she knows him. And then with this girl and some other boys, they get out. There are monsters in the maze at night. They're lurking in the shadows and eat
Good.
people. And,
Good. Lurking in the shadows sounds great. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, and at some point they they kill one monster and they find out more about this monster and they see that it's a bionic spider,
I see.
a
Like
combination of a spider monster and like an AI stuff.
a machine, yeah. Also part machine, part monster.
Machine, part spider. They kill him and they learn more about it and they
I would say kill it. I'm only it's
kill it.
hard
Yeah,
to
like
you're doing really well. It's very hard to hear mistakes, but yeah, they kill it.
smash it. Yeah, smash it between like two walls
Okay,
and
crush it then between
crush
two
it.
walls sounds really good with crush. Yeah, they crush it between two walls.
Crush it. And they take like a piece of this, like they find like a little. I don't really know how it's called. Like let's call it a part of it, which is like metal, and there is a number on it, and they kind of oh, I don't know this word. They slowly realize that it means the one of the ways out of the maze, because they know there are some ways out, but they are also kind of closed and protected. So they take this thing, they go there, and when this thing is close to the door, the door opens, and they manage to get out. A lot of people die on the way, a lot of blood and screaming, and when they leave, they find themselves in a lab, and it turns out that it has all been a test, and they were tested who's going to survive, who's not going to survive, and there is an evil company that's trying to, like, the world is everybody in the world is sick with a virus.
Of course, of course, naturally.
Yeah, and this evil company is trying to kind of find the treatment from the virus, and they know that there are some young people who have who are immune.
Good, they have immunity. Good,
Yeah, they
good.
have immunity, and oh, Jesus, so
good.
tiring.
You're doing really well. Doing really very, very good. Very clear. Go on. They have
No,
immunity
no.
to the virus. I'm trying to put a
Yeah,
position.
they have immunity from or
Immunity to or
to the virus.
that was what felt natural to me. Immunity to. I've been trying
Yeah.
to write it on here. I'm just going to put it on a different box. Sometimes I don't understand it.
To the virus.
Immunity to the virus.
Yeah, and yeah, at some point they see like a video in the end, like in the very end, they see a video where a lady who's the leader of the lab, she says, okay, there are some other evil people who are trying to stop us from doing our job, but it's our mission, etc. We have to put you through the test.
Yeah, put you through the test. Through is always difficulty, and so put somebody through something, it means make them do something difficult. Yeah, just like get through or go through also mean to experience difficulties. But yeah, put somebody through the test.
Put you through the test and make you suffer, and
yeah, lovely.
Keep you hostage basically.
Yes, imprison you.
And then like we see that behind her there are people with guns killing the lab assistants, and she just takes out a gun and kills herself, like shots herself in the head. And she says like, you have to, like, you should remember that our company, I think it was called, I don't remember, let's call it like,
doesn't matter. Yeah, an important international company.
Yeah, something. It's the most important thing that you have to remember. So she basically does this sort of psychological imprinting because she says that, and then she kills herself. So it's, for me, it's like a kind of a something satanic, that people kill animals and then they say things to people and they believe them right away. So it was terrible, and they're like shocked, and suddenly they see there is a way out. They try to get out, and there are soldiers coming in. They grab them, and they kind of grab them and drag them out of the lab.
Good.
And that was the end of this
I
part.
think the funny thing is, I think I have seen this and I don't remember the end. I don't remember it when you're telling me. I think, look, really? Did that happen at the end? Okay. And
Yeah.
so do you think there are any morals to the story or any lessons to be learned?
Good question. It didn't think of that.
Doesn't matter if you don't think so. I mean, it is just a film.
Um, yeah, well, I think for me the moral is if you want to do something innovative, something unusual, like one of the morals could be that
Uh-huh.
you'll always be judged,
Uh-huh.
and you will what's the phrase? You will evident no not evidence. I forgot. Anyway,
Ev
yeah. So yeah, you will be tested, judged, and you will face the crab effect, the bucket of crabs
Bucket of
effect.
crabs. Yeah. What's the
Yeah,
bucket of
like
crabs effect?
when one crab is trying to get out of the bucket,
Uh-huh.
the others try to drag him back. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it was called the crab bucket effect.
Okay, yeah, yeah, maybe perhaps I've never heard of that. I have, as a child, I very often collected crabs on I live on the sea, and
Mm.
children here, the sea goes out every day, twice a day, and then comes back in, and so it really disappears. It goes out so far, and all of the kids get buckets, and they find crabs and put them in the bucket, and at the end of the day, you're supposed to put the crabs back. You're meant to let the crabs all out.
Do they do this? Like if one crab tries to get out, the others kind of grab onto him.
I'm not sure. I don't remember that happening, but maybe they do. Maybe they do. I really don't remember. But that's interesting that it's become like an effect. Yeah, something studied in psychology or in
Yeah, yeah,
science. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That
yeah,
others try to drag you down. They'll try to stop you from getting out
yeah,
of the
yeah,
bucket.
yeah. Getting out of your comfort zone, let's say.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. They won't
Yeah.
let you get out of that place. Yeah, they'll always try and keep you in there. Okay, excellent. Do you have another story you want to tell us, or would you like to try the pictures? Because you've still got another five.
I would try the pictures as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to try this one, or do you want to try a different one? It's completely up to you.
Let's see. Okay, so um, I think it's a young, probably young
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah, I think so.
And he was like he's alone with a newspaper at home.
Good.
Maybe he was told to take care of the baby,
Good.
which he's not very interested in.
Good. Good. He's
And
reading the newspaper. He's busy.
suddenly the baby starts crying or even screaming because yeah, like those there are long rays of screams
Yeah, we can
coming
see
out.
it's loud, certainly.
Yeah, so he's screaming, probably shouting loudly.
Good. Sometimes we also say shouting loud. Shouting loudly is better, but we do
Mm,
have a number of flat adverbs, they're called, like
mm-hmm,
drive slow instead of drive slowly, although drive slowly is better. But
mm-hmm,
really, flat adverbs have been in English for at least 500 years. And so, yeah, sometimes people will just say, like the way people say dig deep instead of dig deeply. And yeah, I think that is another one, although shouting loudly is, yeah, better.
mm-hmm.
Well, I would go
Uh,
for loudly anyway, just to be sure,
loudly.
because loudly
Uh-huh.
certainly exists.
Yeah. So he takes, I think it's a, if I remember correctly, it's a pacifier,
Good, yeah. In the UK,
uh,
we often say a dummy, but in the
dummy.
US, they do say a pacifier.
Mm-hmm. So he takes a dummy and he tries to stick it in his mouth. The
Good,
baby upset and he spits it out.
good, good,
Uh,
excellent.
and the dad tries to entertain the baby and shake him up a little
Good,
bit.
yeah. Shake him a little bit. Good,
And yeah, the baby doesn't accept this sort of behavior.
excellent.
And at some point, the dad thinks, okay, maybe I should check his diaper. Maybe something happened. And he checked The diaper, nothing changed.
Good.
The
We say
baby.
the nappy in the UK, and the only reason I'm giving you the UK versions is because you have a UK accent, and so why not have the UK word? But yeah, I
Good
really like
point.
your accent. You have a very British accent. It's not American at all. It's very British, and so yeah, we do say a nappy in the UK, and we say a dummy.
Okay. And well, the dad is really frustrated, angry, and at some point he gives up.
Good.
Or he gave up. No, he had.
I can't
He
remember
gave.
if you were in present or past. If you're telling all the story in present, it's good to
Yeah,
stay in present, and if you're doing it
yeah.
all in past, it's good in past.
He gives
It
up,
good.
and he basically puts a pillow over his ears, or yeah,
Over his ears. Yeah, he covers his ears.
with a pillow.
Good.
And we can see that his wife is rushing in, worried and worried dead. No, can we say that? Worried?
Worried
No.
sick. Worried sick.
Sick.
We do have one with worried, and it is a good one. She was worried sick. Very good.
Worried sick. And in the end, we kind of find out that the baby was just hungry, basically. And we can see that the mum is feeding the baby, and the dad continues with
Goes back to his newspaper. Yeah, exactly.
Guardian, yeah, or yeah,
good,
whatever it is. Yeah,
good. Yeah, and that calms the baby down. Yeah, calms somebody
and
down.
I think it's not a pram, it's a crib, right?
It's not a pram, yeah. I would call that a crib or a cot. I think very often we say a cot, although I'm not sure. Maybe the cot has bars. I'm not sure. Let me see what comes up on an image search. That is quite often a good way of seeing what it actually means. A cot. Yeah, it's got the bars. The cot has usually got the bars. So it's still a bed. It is a bed for a baby, but it makes sure that the baby can't get out. That's usually what a cot is. But yeah, that one, a crib, I think you're right. I think that sounds like the best word. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, let's go for crib. Again, I can quickly see what comes up on an image search. But that was brilliant, very good, and I really like your accent. You sound like you're from the UK. Where are you from? Out of interest?
Originally from Russia. Well,
okay.
now I'm in Israel.
Okay. Yeah, you sound like a native to me. Really good pronunciation, really good accent. Fantastic.
Took me a long time. So yeah, thank you.
I understand. Well, I don't know how you did it, but you really have. I certainly wouldn't have guessed that you're Russian, and I spent a long time in Russia, so I know their accent quite well. But really, really good pronunciation. Very good.
Thank you.
Let's go on to Vladimir, who's been waiting patiently. Can you hear me, Vladimir? Is he there still? Vladimir? Vova? Are you around? Hello? Okay, he's not here. I think he has gone, unfortunately. But thank you very much for coming, guys. I really do appreciate it. And it's nice to get to know you all. If you're there, Vladimir, scream right now, because we are going to finish if you're not there. But that was fantastic. If you do come again, choose one of these pictures. You can find them in the Grammar Shed on my website, and you can choose a couple of these pictures. In fact, choose 2 of these pictures and prepare to retell those stories. And please choose fairy tales and films and books. Anything which you've enjoyed recently would be great for retelling as well. I think that retelling is really useful for getting rid of any little mistakes that maybe you're not aware are even there, because remember that natives don't usually correct little mistakes, certainly not. They just ignore them if they understand. But that was fantastic. Vladimir, one more chance. Are you there? I'm sure I've heard you already, so I'm sure you're there somewhere. Okay, I'm sorry, Vladimir, but next time then perhaps I will put any new classes up on the website, of course, in the Grammar Shed. That's always where I communicate. And I hope to see you all soon. I usually do 1 a week. And yeah, I'll always put it up in the Grammar Shed what time it's coming. Okay?
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I got a headache.
You had a headache from speaking for too long, yeah?
It wasn't easy retelling.
It's not. I know, I understand what you mean. It's very, very difficult. I like doing this for language practice. I like retelling stories because I know I make so many mistakes when I retell. And if I get the sentence in front of me and I get a lot of time to think about it, I might get it right. But coming up with sentences spontaneously is really difficult. And yeah, it does take a lot of mental energy. It makes your brain ache. It really does. It's I think learning a foreign language is hard, and that's why it really does give you a headache when you're trying to do it, when you do it for a long period of time. Okay, Vladimir, one more chance? No? Okay, I'm afraid he's not here, but I will see you all next week, perhaps. Okay,
Thank you.
my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Speak
Thank
soon.
you. Bye.
Have a nice day. Bye bye.
You too, girls. You too.